because I remember sitting for several hours down in Puna one evening, in addition to the committee and the two council meetings. So we've had 4 go-arounds on this, and I do believe that I'll sit and listen to any discussion. I'm happy to hear it all over again, but it's not pertinent to the passage or the contents of Bill 256 as I see it. If we're talking about exploitation of geothermal, if we're talking about what the whether we should have an EIS involved in this or some of the other aspects, I understand. That isn't what the question is. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hoffman. Councilmember Willis.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I guess for myself, I will support the postponement because hearing the concerns that testifiers had about their health and what is happening to them. I've been in contact with the health department in Oahu, and we have been communication where I want them to come to our July 2nd so that they can explain. And I've been feeding them with all this information that we've been having for the past couple of meetings. So hopefully when they come down, they will be able to give us some answers now. Some of the questions or some of the what they testified was that they needed more monitoring. And I had mentioned before at the last council meeting that the asset fund, that is where we could use the money to purchase these equipment, the air monitors, the Jeromes. We could use that money. Now, if this still, like yes, it is just renaming the account. But what we can do is we can still, with a win-win situation where we can have a portion of the funding that's being given to the county to go to the community's benefit. But then maybe put majority, 75% into the asset fund. So that can help in relocation or buying equipment and so forth. So to me, we should have this postponement until the 3rd, so that way the health department can come down and at least give their side of the story and let the public know what are they doing. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember. Additional comments or questions?
Mr. Chairman.
Councilmember Yoshimori.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm going to speak in favor of the postponement out of respect to Mr. Blanc, and I think he's worked hard to work with his community to gather information. One of the things that we're hearing about is public safety, and I think you'll find a unanimous consent or belief that we need to put public safety, first on top of the list. There's no question about that. The key for me is whether the postponement would allow us to have further information from all of the sides in this particular case. And in this case, there's more than 2 sides. There's different concerns from different groups of people, and that's good because we need to hear from everyone. So I think this postponement, I think is a good thing because, like other council members have said, we have heard this many times, but I think we need to hear the complete version of all of the people out there who have something to say. So we haven't heard directly from the Department of Health. We haven't. I think we've heard from PGB to a certain extent, and and also IDG wanted to provide further information as well. And so, this postponement would be for one meeting. I don't think that would hurt. I think it would actually help because, no matter what we decide to do, I think we need to make sure that we have all the information available and heard before we make the decision. I think that's our responsibility as lawmakers to make sure that when we make decisions, we have all the information. So I'm not speaking, directly to the bill itself. I'll do that later. So as far as the postponement, I think it is directly related, and it can help. It can only help us. Information helps us, and whether you agree or disagree, that's another issue. But I think by listening, I think we'll make better decisions. Thank you.
Thank you. Additional comments, questions? We have on the floor a motion to postpone. The roll, Mr. Crowe. Mr. Blanc.
Aye.
Mr. Blanc.
Aye. Aye.
Can you hear me? Thank you. Ms. Ford? No. Mr. Hoffman? No. Mr. Gator? Aye. Mr. Nishu? Aye. Mr. Pelago? No. Ms. Martin?
No.
Mr. Yoshimoto?
Aye.
Chair Gone. Clerk Palaga, you have 4 ayes, 5 noes. Motion to postpone fails. Go back to the main motion. Ms. Questions on the main motion, please? Ms. Ward?
Thank you. I am certainly going to be supporting this bill. There's one thing that I think we should understand. The asset fund can be used, as Ms. Leah Todd said, for hazard mitigation. And I agree with the council members who say we can use it to buy monitors, maybe different kinds of monitors than maybe just the Jerome. And I've been saying sulfur dioxide. I should have been saying hydrogen sulfide. But anyway, sulfur dioxide may be an aerosol that a gas that is causing a problem. We just maybe don't know about it at this point. I think we should be using both funds for medical studies at this point. We can use the asset funds, maybe to, we haven't decided yet, but both funds can be used. Asset funds can be used right now, and as Ms. Lee had told us, the geothermal fund can be used for anything. I personally think that the medical studies that we need to conduct are going to take a lot of money because they're going to be, I hope they're going to be over many years, a minimum of 5 years in order to determine what's really going on. That doesn't mean we won't have reports sooner than that saying we actually got a problem. We need to, maybe tweak the studies in some way to isolate what's causing the problem. But I see both funds being used for a period of time, and I'm thinking 5 years to get these medical studies conducted and get the right kind of monitoring equipment and personal protection equipment for people. So I want to continue to do this. I had a question that I have not been able to ask that I'm going to just put this out there to the automotive industry. I don't know how hydrogen sulfide or sulfur dioxide impacts the ability of a gasoline engine to operate. How high is it going to be before the engine's not going to function correctly because it's not enough oxygen? I don't know the answer to that, and it's never come up before. So there's, we need more information, and the only way to do it is to start doing some of these studies and get these monitors out there. And the only way to do it is to pass this legislation and use both funds for the types of studies. Maybe one can be used for equipment, one can be used for medical studies. But I don't see any reason that we shouldn't pass this right now. Remember in previous conversations, several of us voted for the community benefit fund for the infrastructure. I voted for infrastructure. I didn't vote for operational expenses, but that's another issue. I'm glad Puna has lots of infrastructure that has been improved. They needed it. I've supported it. But we have a health and safety issue now that has become very, very apparent, and we need to deal with it. I will be supporting the bill.
Thank you, Councilmember. Chair Gone, you have the closing comment and take us through the question.
I would like to speak before you close.
Please excuse me with your indulgence, Chair Gone. Please proceed, Councilmember.
Mr. Chairman, I was voting against Bill 256 Track 2 in its present form. If it was amended and it included community benefits, and also if it was amended and added an advisory group, I could support it. If we pass it as it is now, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be same old, same old. It's just that you won't have community benefits, but they still won't have income. And with that, I close.
Thank you, sir, for your comments there noted. Again, Chair. Councilmember Yoshimoto, for your second opportunity.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Sorry for the interruption. Okay, initially I think at committee level I voted in favor of this. My comment at that time was I wanted to see community benefits still remain in the bill. I still to this day think that we could include both public safety and community benefits. I'm still wondering why it's not there. We don't need to subtract. We can actually add and work to be more inclusive with this. That's up to the author of the bill and his intentions. I just think that we could have kept this together. But it's not. It is what it is, and as written, I cannot support it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Additional comments or questions? Terry Brown, you introduce the bill. You have the privilege of the closing comment and again to the question.
Thank you. I just want to say I thank all those that did come forward to testify, those that actually testified against the bill, and those that testified for the bill. I think we certainly showed democracy at its best. I will say this, so if you really listen very carefully to what both sides were saying, both sides were saying the same thing, that we need to do the health studies. Both sides said that. If you recall, those that opposed the bill said, we need to prove, we need to find out whether or not there's a problem or not. Folks, that's exactly what the bill will do, because it will allow to conduct the health studies. So we actually, I think, are on the same page here. So I hope that we can support Bill 256, because I think we are going to address the community benefits in another bill. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Clerk, a roll call, please. Mr. Bly.
No.
Ms. Ford.
Aye.
Mr. Hoffman.
Aye.
Mr. Akeda.
No.
Mr. Onishi.
Honolulu twice.
Mr. Egan.
Aye.
Ms. Martin.
Aye.
Mr. Yoshimoto.
No.
Mr. Pilago.
Aye.
Mr. Pilago, you have 6 ayes, 3 noes. Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Bill 256, draft 2, that is carried and passes final reading. 10-minute recess. 10 minutes. We're going to try and revoke up Puna.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
We have Mr. Botello folks waiting here for like 8 hours.
Yeah.
And they've been waiting for the last council meeting. It's got kind of
No, we need to hook up. We need to hook up with Pahoa, Mr. Ishii. As soon as we do that, we will come right back.
Come right back. Mr. Puna is
I'm sorry, excuse me. Excuse me. I'm sorry, I will readjust the camera right now.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Thank you. Is everybody, Mr. Clerk, did we move on?
228, I think, is what you want.
228.